360-degree view because no matter what the interaction, it's all captured back in the site. And here, if you take a look at, this is our customer account, and Baruch's going to show you more of this live, but the idea gives you a holistic view of everything from the address of the customer, the financial records of the customer, the interactions. And we look here, and you can actually see what their activity was on your website. A little bit of information is helpful to know them because it not only helps you know the customer better, but it helps to optimize the experience and see what people are looking at, what they're not looking at. Everything is out there, and we look at what they bought. We have that complete transaction history of what the customer bought out there, and we can keep up with that. And what that helps us with the upsell, cross-sell, providing support, all things need like that. So whether they bought it online or live through phone conversation or came into store, all these different capabilities come back to that record. And one reason that's really important out there is people do need help. So when they're coming for support, what we do is give this unified record out there for customer support. Now whether they enter a case online or they give you a call, the bottom line is you see all that interaction. So everybody has all the information about the interaction with the customer at their fingertips. They don't have to call around, they don't have to get back to you. And what they ultimately do is they can take the cases online. They can also they can address it live. They can take it online. But the bottom line is you're going to have the cases visible to everybody and also that complete interaction. But one of the things that Amazon made a name for and proliferated across the e-commerce industry, and we support as well, is this concept of the self-service customer support. So the idea being, instead of having to call during office hours and get a hold of somebody and probably being transferred through a phone tree or being told we'll get back to you, the idea is, for the most part, because it's a smart system in NetSuite, keeps track of all this activity, you can look up and be able to keep track of the information that you were probably going to interact with anyway. The biggest questions was Wismo. Where is my order? Well, you can track shipments. You can look at your order history. You can file a case if you like. If you want some customer support, you can actually reorder and pay invoices. The bottom line is this is a system available 24/7 anywhere in the world as long as they have a browser, and people love this. This is, if you think of all of us on the phone today, this is the way we like to interact with a company. It empowers us. It gives us all the high touch and information we want, but at the same time it's very simple and we don't have to commit during office hours. And the bottom line is this is a much cheaper approach for being able to manage customer service out there. Now, we talked about the customer life cycle, and we've gone through a lot of the end-to-end thing, but the thing is, this life cycle doesn't have a beginning and end. We want to have that continuous relationship, an ongoing relationship out there. And one of the ways we serve that with NetSuite is through marketing capabilities. We talked about your salesperson learning your habits, but also letting you know and sharing information that helps you learn for better purchases in the future. Well, we have all that captured within NetSuite. Through our purchase history, through all your interactions, and we have algorithms talk about related items and purchasing propensity. So what happens is we have a couple capabilities that can actually maximize and automate a lot of that relationship for that salesperson-like recommendations. And one of them is using our closed-loop marketing capability. So once you have either with prospects or suspects that may be out there, people you want to reach and bring into your store, or your existing customers, you can create email campaigns. You can have web banners to be able to draw people's attention. But the bottom line is you have a host of different online marketing tools generated and managed by NetSuite, bringing people back in and bring them to your site. And the bottom line is you can actually tell them about new events, new products that may be coming out for the fashion season, about a new product that's coming out from an industrial manufacturer that's much better, and a new capability that you want to be able to share with businesses out there. But the bottom line is you can use the marketing tools, and it could be in a live event. But the other thing is we also have this automated upsell, cross-sell capability. When people do come to your site and we're smartly learning about what they're interested in, we're upselling and cross-selling with related items, and we can do this both in a real-time event when they're on your site, or we can leverage those marketing tools to go back after the fact and tell them about related items they may want to come back. Or, the other thing that's great out there is we can look at their shopping cart. If they didn't buy everything in the shopping cart, you're interested in it, you can create a campaign and be able to go back and be able to promote the purchases type capability. So, What we showed today, a lot of tools around a high-touch environment out there. What I want to do is actually show you a little bit of this enablement and show you some of the live tour of NetSuite out there. So I'm going to turn over to Baruch Goldwasser. Again, Baruch is our subject matter expert in e-commerce, and he's going to take you on a tour of NetSuite and show you how, we talked about at the beginning, can we really do this? Well, he's going to show you how, as a small and mid-sized business out there, you can create this high-touch, low-cost environment out there, just like the large brick-and-mortar companies out there. So Baruch, thanks again for joining us.
My pleasure, Sean. And yeah, I would love to show you how all of this is capable in NetSuite. And to begin with, I'm logged in right now in NetSuite, and I'm viewing a dashboard. And every employee in your company can have their own dashboard where they see the information that's important for them to do their job. The dashboard is fully customizable, so you can put up any information. Any information you can see in NetSuite, you can also view directly on your homepage dashboard. So here I have things like key performance indicators, which are reports on things that I care about, like website hits and visitors and cart abandonment. But it's also any information that I have access to, so I can also see things like my lead count, or my customer support cases, or my financials, my expenses and my profit. And for this, I can compare any time frame to any other time frame. So I can see, for instance, how I'm doing this quarter or this week, this month, this year, etc. Now, all of this is live data. Right here, I can see exactly how many website hits I do have this quarter and how many I do have this week. And I can see change. So I can see exactly how this is trending over time. If I want to drill down on any of this information, I can drill down and see the underlying information. I can find out exactly who has abandoned their cart. I can find out exactly which pages have been seen, etc. Now, additional reporting that I can get in NetSuite are marketing reports such as search engine reports or affiliate reports. For instance, here in the top left, I can see my top search engine keywords. I can see how people are finding my company, and I can see how much revenue is actually coming from each of these different keywords. If I drill down on this report and go to the search engine report, I can view search engine by search engine and keyword by keyword how much traffic it's generating and how much revenue is coming from that. So I can see, for instance, for all of Google, or for particular keywords on Google, I can see the number of visitors that have visited, how many of them gave me contact information, how many ultimately purchased something. So I can see a conversion rate based on that. And because NetSuite has all of the financial information, I can actually see the revenue involved. How much revenue I've generated per search engine, or per keyword, or also per affiliate. So we can also see this data for your partners. And you can break it down by revenue per visitor and revenue per purchaser. So with marketing campaign reporting, you can also enter the cost of these different marketing campaigns or these affiliate campaigns and find out the true ROI of these different campaigns. For your affiliates, you can even track commissions. You can track how much business is being generated by each of your affiliates, and you can assign commissions based on whatever commission schedule you want. And we can then send out those commission checks to your partners, as well as even allow your partner affiliates to log in and view how their sales are doing if you want to give them that level of access.